Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you about Winsor & Newton's lifting preparation. It allows you to lift off colours more easily from the watercolour paper. And later in this tutorial, I discuss a surprise benefit that I discovered that this lifting preparation has. So you apply it directly to the paper, allow it to dry before painting. And then once your washes dry, and that includes staining colours, they can be lifted more easily with a wet brush or a rag. I'm going to be using sponges as well. So I'm going to demonstrate that using the Bokeh technique. So shall we get started? So I'm going to demonstrate the same picture twice, one with the preparation, lifting off preparation, and one just with the watercolour paper. This is Saunders Waterford watercolour paper, so I'm sort of just pouring in the solution into a little cup there, using a synthetic brush to apply it. I didn't want to use one of my best watercolour brushes just in case, so I'm just applying this to the dry surface, being quite generous. It's going on really nicely, and you can sort of blend it as well so you don't get any sort of marks or anything like that. It sort of soaks in quite nicely. I have read it's a good idea to put 2 or 3 layers of this. I'm just trying out the one layer for now and just applying this to the paper, and I'm going to allow this to dry naturally, and it will probably take a couple of hours just to make sure. I'm just putting the leftover preparation liquid back into the bottle. I just thought I'd include this as well. I thought it's best to wash the brush. I'm using hand soap to wash it, rinsed it out, and just drying off the brush a bit, and the brush seems to be absolutely fine. So I've sketched out a poppy with a seed head here, and I've actually put some washi tape around the edge so there'll be a nice white border. I'm using my black velvet brushes and Sennelier paints. A full list of all the materials I'm using, along with a link for the photograph, can be found in the description below. So I've mixed up some yellows, greens, pinks and violet, and I'm going to paint wet on wet. So I'm using a size 10 round brush here. I've painted on the yellow for the poppy there, and I'm just painting in some light green background as well. I do lose a little bit of control here because it's wet in wet. It's not so much how to paint a poppy tutorial, it's more to see what happens using the lifting off, etc. And also how to lift off in watercolour. So I'm just sort of creating lots of different colours in the background there, letting things sort of run into each other and mixing the colours wet in wet on the paper as well. So as you can see, some of the paint has run onto the yellow poppy. Now I did this deliberately because I wanted to see how good it is to lift off when the paint is wet as well. So I want to compare that with the painting on the right. So this seems to be lifting off quite nicely. The only thing is sometimes when you lift off like this, the paint keeps creeping back. Now I could have picked a pink poppy or a red poppy. I deliberately picked yellow because I just want to see how well you can get to the white of the paper. You can get away with a lot with red or pink poppies, but as you can see, that paint is just creeping back in. So I'm applying some more yellow here, trying to avoid touching the background colours. Now if you wanted to do this yourself, what I would suggest was painting the poppy first, allow it to dry, and then paint the background wet in wet. But it was just for teaching purposes to show how good it would be to lift off. And in some instances, I would not recommend this technique. It's really tricky to lift off. It's just like swimming against the tide. Now I'm wetting the paper again, and I'm going to try exactly the same techniques and just see how easy it is to lift off the wet paint with the lifting off preparation underneath. Just painting on some of the lemon yellow and cadmium yellow wet in wet, putting a little bit in the background as well with my size 10 brush. And I'm going to start applying some of the other colours now, the greens, the pinks and the violets. Wet in wet. For a full list of all the colours that I'm using and colour alternatives, why not check out the description below? Just click show more. Some of these colours are damp as well. They're quite sort of milky, creamy consistency, so they don't run too much, and it just maintains a little bit of control with the wet in wet. What did surprise me when I was painting on top of this medium, I was expecting it not to be as as good as the watercolour paper, but it felt really quite nice. The paint went on really, really well as well. And if you look, the colours look a bit brighter. It may be my imagination because I'm using the exact same colours. The other thing that surprised me is the yellow didn't run as much. It sort of behaved itself a bit. So you can see the poppy, it's not running like the one on the left. That could be because I added more liquid to the one on the left. So it may be the medium. I'd like to explore this a little bit more. So watch out for future tutorials because I feel very inspired to use this medium. So as you can see there, I've just sort of filled in with some of the violets, some of the greens, all around that yellow poppy, and you can see it's not running. It really isn't, which is a nice, pleasant surprise. So I'm just now rinsing my brush, wiping the brush off on the paper towel and lifting off the same way I did with the poppy on the left, which was why I painted wet in wet to begin with, just to see if I could do that. I've just added some more yellow back there. So I actually was able to lift off a little bit more easier, but that may be because I lost a bit of control with the poppy on the left. So I'm going to allow my painting to dry. Once my painting's dry, I'm going to use the bokeh technique. I will put a link in the description below. I've made quite a few of these videos now. It's a great technique, but it includes lifting off. I'm using a circle stencil and I used a magic sponge here to begin with. It's quite good for getting paint off. It's almost too good. It really lifts off the paint. So as you can see there on the magic sponge there, I've cut this magic sponge up into smaller pieces. It's really useful little sponge for lifting off. Once I lift off like that, I just press the painting just to make sure I get all the excess liquid. So far, I don't see an awful lot of difference between the left-hand painting and the right where it has the lifting off preparation. So I'm using a Scourer with the sponge side, just a household scourer. That's actually done a really good job there on the left. So I'm going to try this now on the right painting, which has the lifting off medium. Always squeeze out all the excess water so that your sponge doesn't have too much water because it can seep under the stencil. So I'm just using that now, just lifting off here, working in a circular motion, dabbing that with my paper towel just to get rid of all the excess. You can see there's a little puddle there as well. Not bad. I don't think it was good actually, as good as the one on the left, believe it or not. So it's lifted off, but it's kind of got a little bit of softness around the edges. I like the crisp edge on the top left-hand circle. So I'm using a stencil brush now, and all of these materials will be in the description below if you want to check them out. And I'm using this here on the lifting off side as well. Again, I prefer the one on the left, so this is quite interesting. So this is a natural sponge. I think it's my go-to of choice for larger circles. So I've used that there. I'm just using it now on the right hand side, and that seems to be doing a nice job lifting off there. With the stencil, lifting off now with my paper towel as well. So yeah, my go-to is the natural sponge, but the Scourer sponge works well, as does the magic sponge, but also a stencil brush. If you don't have any of those, you could use a synthetic brush or even a hog hair brush. I love using this bokeh sort of technique. It creates some lovely light and atmosphere in the watercolour paintings here. It's like a blurry background, and you can bring that sort of positive shape, the poppy, forwards. So I thought I'd demonstrate as well lifting off on the poppy. I'm using a flat synthetic brush here, the tip of the brush, to create some light marks in the petals. Because the purple has seeped onto this poppy on the left here, it's slightly muddy and it's not lifting off as well as I'd like. I'm using a little brush called an eradicator brush. It's just a small synthetic brush to lift off smaller details there. That's doing quite a nice job there. So you've got some nice subtle highlights. I'm now using the stencil brush and just sort of scrubbing a little bit harder just to lift off some more yellow, especially towards the top, and that's also done a really nice job. I'm doing the same thing here to the lifting off preparation side painting, and that actually is coming off quite nicely as well. So I'm going to let my painting dry again, and I'm using a small round brush here, adding a little bit of pink to the Indian yellow, painting wet on dry, some warmer tonal values here on the poppy. There's not a lot of detail on this poppy here. I chose it deliberately to keep it really nice and simple. It actually would be a lovely poppy painting for a little card or something like this, because it's lovely and simple. So I'm just using the tip of the brush there to create some marks there and some details on the poppy. I'm going to paint the stem now using my size 6 brush with a mixture of yellow and then some greens there. Just dropping the green in wet on wet to the right hand side where the dark is, just softening there. While that's sort of drying off a little bit, I'm painting the poppy on the left, which doesn't have any medium underneath there, and just painting a warmer colour there, trying to rescue it a little bit because obviously of that run right at the beginning there, and just painting those markings wet on dry, and also the stem as well. I've actually mixed up a really lovely dark green there and painting that wet in wet, and doing the same on the right hand side, and this is more damp into damp because it's dried off a little bit from the previous wash. What I'm doing now is I'm using a cocktail stick. You could use at the corner of a plastic card. I'm just pulling out the wet paint to create all those lovely textures on the stems there. It's a really effective technique, and it's a good time to allow the painting to dry. So once the painting is dry, what I'm doing now is I'm just building up some of the details on the poppy. I've added a bit of violet to the yellow, painting wet on dry with my size 2 brush, some of the sort of veins and marks on those petals. I've also added a little bit of pink to the yellow. I'm just painting some of those warmer washes wet on dry using my size 6 brush, and just working my way down to the stem area there, just giving a little bit of detail to pull the poppy away from the background there, just using these warmer tonal values. I'm just adding some darks now. I've actually mixed up some green and violet, forest green and violet. It creates a lovely dark green. I'm just painting here, wet on dry, and then softening with a damp brush, bringing the bud here forwards, creating darks and details there. And I'm using the cocktail stick again to create these little bits of details and textures as well. And I'm going to do the same on the left hand side, just creating those little bits of detail. It's really quite nice actually using a cocktail stick, as you can see there, just creating some textures at the top of the stem there. I thought I'd use my stencil brush again. I find it quite useful, this little stencil brush, for lifting off, and I felt I lost my light a little bit, and it's just to show you that you can lift off to get back some light. It's a really good technique. As you can see there, I'm just lifting off with a paper towel as well to get rid of all the excess liquid. Always keep rinsing your brush and lifting off, and then lifting off with a paper towel. Keep that brush really clean as well. Don't get any contamination in there. But I must say, it is really lifting off well on that right hand side where the lifting off preparation is. I'm trying it also on the left there, but I feel because of my little disaster at the beginning, I can't lift off as much. But it may be that the lifting off preparation does help with that. So I think it's a good time though to let my painting dry. So the painting is dry. I'm using my size 2 brush now, just painting in a few more little details here, using some yellow and pink. It's an orangey colour there, working wet on dry. I've had to darken up the colour for the left hand poppy because that poppy is a little bit darker in tonal value already. But these little bits of detail really do bring the painting or the poppy to life, and it's a nice way of finishing off as well. And to stop myself from overworking, I always like to give my paintings a little spatter. I'm using just some of the yellow watered down here with my size 6 brush. I'm removing the washi tape to reveal a nice white border. It's a really nice way of presenting your work, but also it gives you time to assess to see if you need to do any more to the painting. But I think I'll leave it there for now. I really hope you found this tutorial helpful, especially about the technique of lifting off and learning a little bit about Winsor & Newton's lifting off preparation medium. And it's a medium that I will be doing a little bit more exploring as well. So watch out for future videos. If you have any questions about this tutorial, please put them in the comments section below. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel where you won't miss any of my future videos. If you'd like to learn more about watercolour painting, why not think about joining my Patreon membership? Details about that can be found on screen or in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Happy painting. Bye for now.